Yo, what is going on? It's Professor Pierce here, PP for short. Today I have yet another Spidops deck. You guys have never seen this one coming. I will not stop making Spidops decks. I love this card so much. I think it's so funny. And recently I just saw this Flygon card come up again and I was like, holy crap, I forgot this card existed. So time to put this into action with Spidops, because it's the Flygon does damage based off how much retreat cost your opponent has, and that's exactly what Spidops does. So we will be adding him to the collection of Spidops decks. I don't think this one is as good as the Minior deck in my opinion, because it is a stage 2 Pokemon and you do have to get set up. It can hit for 300 damage, so that is definitely the difference between the Minior and a Flygon, but the Minior is just way easier to set up, and if it's already hitting for weakness on something like a Miraidon, then you're just, you know, you're pretty much already killing it. But this one does have its advantages and is a good single prize attacker too, against certain decks. So we'll go ahead and get right into this video. We're facing the Riolu King, which I think I might have faced this guy before. I don't think I was recording it, but I might have faced this guy before if I can remember correctly. He is going to start with a Charizard, so that is definitely unfortunate for him. I am going to grab a Mew, most likely here. See what's in the deck here, and we'll grab another card, a Wasteland. That's not bad, and then we will pass it off to him. So currently their Charizard has 4 retreat right now, so that is pretty crazy for this Charizard. So he's definitely going to need a switch or something if he plans to get this thing out of the active spot. Plus, you never want to start with Radiant Charizard anyway, because it has the 3 retreat, and it has, and it has its ability to attack late game, not early game. So you kind of just get screwed if you have this thing in the deck and you start with it only. But he's got a couple more cards here that he can play. He is playing a Riolu, which is interesting. I guess he is putting it in every deck because he's the Riolu King. But he doesn't have much after that. He's just going to go ahead and pass it off to me. I'm going to go ahead and Iono, though. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I will give him a better hand, unfortunately, but we will get one ourselves. If I was smart, I would have, because I didn't know about what this thing does exactly. Like, I knew the TM disc evolved your Pokemon, but I thought it could evolve the one in the active spot too. So if I was smart, I would have switched into the Mew and then put the Devo disc on the Mew and then evolve both of them, but I didn't do that. So that's just food for thought, you know, something you gotta think about that I did wrong there. So my opponent will get a better hand here. He's got some more cards to play. Not anything crazy so far though. He hasn't set up like a B-Barrel or anything like that. And wonder if he's going to get a Bidoof or he's going to get a Mew of his own or something like that. He's going to get an Arcanine and evolve that, it seems like. Let's see, what else does he have? Does he have another? He has a Stadium. He doesn't have a supporter yet. Stadium's kind of annoying, but he did get rid of a Raihan, so that is fine. We're gonna go ahead and definitely get an attack off this turn. I'm just gonna grab this one because I want to put it on here because that's all we need, and then we'll research and we will grab our Spidops here. And we'll go ahead and just fill the rest of our bench up No reason not to. And then we will grab some more cards with Mew here. And then we'll go ahead and nuke this thing because it has like a million retreat at the moment. So we'll take our one prize card, and it's definitely not looking good for our opponent here. He definitely bricked off of the Iono I gave him, so that is a good start for us, obviously. So yeah, so he's got nothing. So that's awesome. So we can probably kill this thing in one hit. We're gonna see here in just a minute what I can do. I'm gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball, I think. I'm gonna grab this Flygon, see if we can do some more damage with it than the Spidops here. But first, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So it's 240, and I could have just done the math easy, but it's not like it really matters. We'll just do 250, but we'll go ahead and kill this Lucario here, and if we get up another Spidops, then we can kill this thing. So that is what I am looking for currently, which we can grab immediately next turn with this Ultra Ball, which is really good. So he does have another energy, but that is not going to save him here because he can only attack me for minimal damage, and we can hit him for 300 here. Because we will go ahead and Ultra Ball for our last Spidops here. And that should give us just enough damage to finish him off at 300 damage. So down goes the Riolu King. Unfortunately, you just got Iono'd, bro, and it didn't treat you well. So we'll go ahead and get into the second game here. That one was pretty quick. We're facing OG Bulbasaur. Another solid name, I would say. Better than a lot of the other ones we faced. A lot of other names I have faced in the past that just make absolutely no sense. So let's see what he has going on here and what we can start with. So this is not a terrible start. We definitely don't need these stadiums in our hand right away, but it seems like we are going to draw an extra mulligan card. So what does my opponent seem to be playing? It seemed like something psychic. I mean, I don't think it's Gardevoir, but it very well could be Gardevoir because there was an Avery in there as well. But let's see what we have here. We got another Nest Ball, and there is a Mew. So this is telling me this is probably Gardevoir. So the Flygon is probably not going to be great in this matchup just because it is weak to it. Or maybe it's weak to grass. I don't know for sure. But I'm actually going to take back what I said about the Gardevoir because we are facing a Clefairy deck, which is nice to see. Definitely something a bit new. And we got a Weirdeer here. And we're going to grab maybe another Clefairy. No, we're going to grab now another Clefairy. So does he have a switch card that he can use here? Or is he going to stay... Alright, he just going to... Can't really do anything here. Alright, we're going to draw a third Nest Ball. So we just... I mean, we'll take it, I guess. Not the worst thing in the world. We're going to grab all of our Tarountulas here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these two. And probably just grab this. And then we probably don't need the stadium, so I'll just throw away the stadium because these guys don't have a lot of energy or don't have a lot of HP anyway. So we'll just do that and then pass the turn off to my opponent and see what he has going on here. Because he's going to tail. I guess he needs some kind of switch card or something to get things started here. But that is not what it seems like he's getting, and then he's just going to pass. So he really has nothing. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and rope so he can hopefully give us one of these Clefairies that we can kill. Yeah, we'll go ahead and kill one of these Clefairies. Get that out of the way, because the less he has, the better. So we'll put that EXP share down for when the Spidops dies, we can move the fighting energy over to it specifically, which is nice. And we will take one prize card. So we're looking for a rare candy because our hand is kind of clogged up, but that is what happens when you only use Mew as your only draw engine. So not like that's bad, but this deck definitely can't fit in a Bidoof, in a B-Barrel line, or anything like that, or a Ralts Curlia or whatever. It just won't really, doesn't really have the space for it. So he is going to Mew again. And grab a useless Fortnite Battle Pass. And speaking of useless, we're going to grab another Grass Energy. And we'll go ahead and take out this Mew. So we definitely have a good lead right now. We can still lose, but that is the thing with single prize decks. You have to take things, very slowly. But he does have the Weird Ear in the deck, so that will be our main attack, our main boss target. Jeez Louise, I wasn't all there for that one. I wasn't all there for that one. Okay. So he's going to go ahead and Moonwatching Party, and then he is going to switch into another Clefairy and do the same. As per how you use this deck, you just Moonwatching Parties in the active. It's just like the Comb Phase, you know, you move in the active, you use the Comb Phase ability, and then you switch card or switch, and then you move back into the other one. But that is all he has here. He can't attack me, so we will get another free attack on this Clefairy. So we'll go ahead and throw that away. We'll evolve this Flygon. We'll attach to the Tarountula, and we'll draw 2 more cards here. So the 2 cards being boss, which is fine. We'll go ahead and kill this Clefairy. And at this point in the game, I think we've just won, unless he can... I mean, he has to take a prize, or he at least has to do damage this turn, but I think he has to take a prize either next turn, but it might be too late. I think he has to take one this turn, which I don't think he can do here. So my opponent is thinking here he's going to find his other Clefairy back from the discard pile. Excuse me, I'm going to get a drink. And then he's going to Moonwatching Party once again. And I don't know if he's ran out of energy or what, but he's going to not attach energy there and hit us with Wonderstorm. And I kind of just want to let this thing die because I want to get the fighting energy onto the Flygon so I don't have to place it. So I will let it die, and we will kill this Clefairy here and take out the one with the most energy on it. So that is a lot of energy in the discard pile extra, including the Clefairy itself. Well, speaking of discard pile, he is going to put those back into the discard pile. I mean, from the discard pile back into the deck, and then bring the Clefairy back to the table. And now he has the energy recyclers. That's what I was looking for the whole time, waiting for him to use, because he will be Moonwatching Party again. Alright, so does he have another switch card, or is he just going to attack us here? Or does he have some kind of supporter? I haven't seen like a single supporter from this guy the whole game either, which is pretty surprising. So he's just going to go ahead and Wonderstorm and kill us here, which is fine with me, because we will attach this energy to there and this energy to there. And we will bring out our Flygon, now able to attack. And we could definitely kill this thing, but I wanted to make sure that we could, just in case. We're going to grab an Ultra Ball and some fodder for the Ultra Ball, so we can grab a Spidops and increase this thing's damage output. But we will go ahead and attack this thing, because I don't think we would be able to do enough damage to kill the Weirdeer on the bench. And we do have a boss's order for anything else, because he has to go Weirdeer this turn if he wants any chance at living. But it doesn't really matter. He has to Iono us, honestly, because if he doesn't, then we will just boss out one of his Clefairies. So he's going to Moonwatching Party, and he doesn't have a lot of energy left in his deck, it seems like. So he is going to switch into the Weirdeer here and move all this energy onto it to kill us here to death. So yeah, that's a lot of energy, so that's definitely going to be plenty enough to kill me here with Psy Shield Bash. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't even need this. Probably just leave it in the discard, to be honest. But we can send out Spidops, and I was thinking about like just trying to kill this thing immediately. And so I was like, oh, I'll just get another Spidops and then freaking kill it. And then I realized, I was like, wait, I was like, oh wait, I'm so stupid. I can just use boss's orders. And I was like, oh wait, I'm an idiot. I could just use boss's orders to boss one of the Clefairies. Even though I already forgot about my plan. So don't worry about how stupid that was. Or me discarding the boss at the beginning of it, showing him that I just had two bosses when I could have just bossed in one. So we're definitely not going to worry about that. So we'll get ahead and go on to the third match here. So we will flip the coin and come up heads. And we don't want to go first, because if possible, we want to use the Evo TM to our advantage here. But we will see how this works out, because we definitely have to mulligan here. And just another thing too, this match took a very long time, because this guy, I don't know if he was just like new to the game, or he was just playing things slow, which is fine, but you know, it gets a little tiring after a while. He was taking things a bit slow, and that can get a little annoying after a while. So as you can see, he's taking things a little slow, but we're gonna mulligan here and start with just a baby Spidops. And if we are facing Charizard, it is a good matchup, but if we're facing the like Pogo Charizard and Arcanine deck, then that is not a good matchup for us for sure. But we will see what we are facing here in un momento. So he's gonna go first. It doesn't seem like we got an Arven to get us the Evo TM, so that plan is kind of washed. But they're just gonna hit the classic attach and pass, and that's gonna give us something else here, something else to work with. We can grab another. I think I'm just gonna grab a Mew. Actually, I was thinking about getting a Tarountula, but I think I'm gonna grab the Mew and then discard the Stadium. You don't necessarily need that at the moment, so we'll but I changed my mind last minute. Actually, that was a test. You failed the test. So I have learned from my mistakes from last time. We will TM to these guys, and then first we will restart before we do anything else, and then we will evolution TM this time correctly. So we will evolve that and evolve this. So we will see what we are facing here, what my opponent has going on in his hand, if he has a lot of supporters or not, or he was just lacking anything of substance. So as you can see, this guy is taking quite a minute. I like to keep you guys very engaged. That's why I leave these in. I make it very, very slow, and I make it very snooze worthy. I want to keep you guys very engaged and up to speed about what's going on. That's why I leave those in, just to let you know how much I love and care for you guys. Just want you to suffer with me, really. I definitely can't just edit that part out, even though it would look a little weird, maybe. But don't worry about it. It's okay. So we are going to have to just pass here. We can get this Flygon out, but that'll be about it. And we'll go ahead and retreat into this and pass, because I don't necessarily want him killing my Mew, being the only way we have to draw cards at the moment. Unfortunately, I am going to have to get rid of the fighting energy because of the Stadium, but it's not the end of the world here, because my opponent doesn't seem like he has much going on. So fire energy, another fire energy. So yeah, see, he just got nothing going on. So back to us. We can ultra ball. We can nest ball for another baby spider and grab some more cards here. Hopefully we can grab an energy off this. We do grab an energy off this, which is awesome. Might as well get this last Trapinch to thin the deck out, and then play Arven here and grab. What should we grab? Probably just grab this, just so we can get more energy later. And then we'll go ahead and knock this thing out and take the first prize of the game. So speaking of energy, there's another energy right there. So I guess we didn't necessarily need to grab the Earthen Vessel, but yeah, you never know. Just went with the safe bet. So this is a little scary. If he has Arcanine, he can Arcanine Energy, I'm just dead. And then I'm back to square one. So that will definitely get him Arcanine off of an Ultra Ball. And then he probably has an energy in his hand too. I would be surprised if he didn't. So there's the Ultra Ball. Or maybe he even has a Rare Candy Charizard in his hand too. So he's going to go ahead and play the Ultra Ball, discarding a Boss and a Fire Energy. So he definitely has another Fire Energy in his hand, and that Boss is good to see go for sure. But he is going to grab the Arcanine, telling me that he does not have the Charizard. So, and you know, him discarding that Fire Energy also told me that he just has another Fire Energy in his hand. So my Spidops is as good as dead, which is a slight problem here. Getting him a free 2 prizes here. But it's not like we can't do some damage back to it. We're just a little behind on attaching energy. But the good thing about this is we can attach some energy to Flygon here, so we can attack immediately. We don't have to wait too long. So back to us. We will get another energy somehow. And I think I'm going to Earthen Vessel and grab nothing so I can see some more cards here. So I don't think we have anything else in terms of... Do we have another Rare Candy? We do have another Rare Candy, but I don't think I want to grab the Flygon either. We'll just go ahead and attack this thing and hope that they don't have another energy to KO us here, because that would be a very easy way for us to get killed, because this thing does damage based off how much damage is done to it. So there's the Bidoof. So this guy has a Bidoof. Last guy didn't have a Bidoof. So I guess he should have looked for this earlier, but I don't think he even had any like nest balls or anything like that. I think he just couldn't find anything, to be honest. So he actually doesn't have another energy. So that's going to save us a turn, and that's going to do a lot for us, actually, because that'll get us another attachment, and it'll give us another way to attack with Flygon, or another turn to attack with Flygon. So that'll be awesome, actually. So that is going to save us a lot of headaches. So that might have just sold them the game, unfortunately, because now we have to only go through 3 prizes, and their board state is looking pretty lackluster here. So if they do play the Pogozard, they're going to have to attack with that, because they don't have much here to do. But let's see what else they have. Have they finally pulled a supporter card or anything like that? It doesn't seem like it, because I feel like they would have played it. But they do play the B-Barrel, so they can finally get some more cards here up on the board for themselves. But they're only going to be able to draw 2 here off that. But they do have Clara, so that's going to get them some fire energy. And I see why their hand was clogged. It was just a bunch of useless, like, evolution Pokemon and supporters they couldn't use, I guess. So we'll see what we can do against this. I mean, it's not like they're going to get anything up this turn, so we do get another free prize card, basically. So, with attacking, I would be surprised if they grab this energy. I guess they would just thin the deck out some, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. So they are going to grab the energy, and we will be able to kill this Charmander pretty easily and grab another Spidops here, and we will restart for 1, and we will get this freaking Flygon. Holy crap, that was the top deck of the century. And we will go ahead and murder this poor little Charmander, because that did a whole lot of damage here. And we do get an Iono, which isn't bad. It's not like exactly what I wanted, but it is useful for later on. So he has to place up something. He's probably going to place up the Growlithe. He can't hit me for a lot here still. He needs, like, Magma Basin, and he just needs Charizard is what he needs, honestly. I still don't know what Charizard he's playing this whole time. I'm assuming it's the Pogozard, but this whole time I couldn't tell you what he's playing because he hasn't played it yet. So he is going to get... Let's see what he gets here. Finally a Charizard card? Maybe a Charmeleon? Ah, so he is playing Pogozard like I thought, because usually anyone playing with the Arcanine build is playing with Pogozard. What is the other card in his hand? I'm assuming it is not a rare candy. It is a rare candy, so he is just... He has found his calling right now, finally. So he will be able to attack with Arcanine this turn, especially if he finds another energy, he can actually kill us this turn, which would be good for him. Ah, so he does have another energy. So that will be the last of my Flygon. So he does play supporter cards. So it's funny to see that, because he did have that boss earlier, but that, you know, that went down the drain. And then I hadn't seen anything up until this Arven. So he has finally found some more cards to play with here. And my Flygon is unfortunately going to go down. And I just need to kill one more thing. So, or one more Arcanine to win. But it'll be kind of close because I am weak. After killing this Flygon here, I'm going to be weak to pretty much everything that he has. Unless I can find my other fighting energy I put back in the deck for my other Flygon. So he's going to take his one prize, and then we will put up Spidops here. So we did get an energy, so that'll be good for our other one. I think I'm just going to go ahead and restart for one. Ooh, do I research or do I Iono? I think I'm going to Iono. Let's bring his hand down a little bit. Let's force him to be barrel some. So we didn't get the fighting energy, but it's alright. We will set ourselves up for the win next turn. So what he has to do is he has to retreat, and then he has to attack me. I mean, he doesn't even have to attack me, but he has to retreat this turn, which will be difficult because he has a 3 retreat cost, and then with the Spidopses, he has a 5 retreat cost. So that is not looking good for him. He needs a switch card, or a switch card. Switch card. I mean, you can't use a switch card because he's an evolution Pokemon. But yeah, you need a switch card. So if he doesn't have that, he just loses. But he can take out my Spidops and at least go down swinging, if anything. So he has already used his B-Barrel. So he is going to place it on another Pokemon, and he has finally found all his supporters. They were all at the end of his deck somehow. He was just getting completely screwed. And then he has a Magma Basin, so he can attack if he gets this switch card out. Or he can attack with the Arcanine if he gets this switch card. That's what I just said. Yeah, I know that's what you just said. I just said that. Yeah, thank you. Okay, now that that conversation's over with. So no, he unfortunately doesn't have the switch card, and we will be able to knock him out with Spidops here. And Flygon definitely did some work in this. If we didn't have that Flygon up, we would have lost already, and not taking those early kills too definitely would have put us far behind, and that would have been very bad because we are very weak to fire types. So Flygon definitely came in clutch, and these last two Spidopses helping out with keeping this thing in the active spot made the biggest difference. So we will take our last two prize cards, and that will be the win for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know you're probably so sick of Spidops, but now I am not. If there's another card that has to do with retreat cost, you already know what I'm gonna do. So take it easy. I got one more video for you guys here at the end. PP out.